Hello, Meredith.
How are you?
I am wonderful. How about you?
Oh, I'm great. Okay, yeah, you were just playing the Rockettes theme song.
I
First,
was.
I want to say I'm Meredith Coleman McGee. I'm a book toaster, and I'm the chair of Community Library of Mississippi. And I have the pleasure of having with me Gwendolyn Mayberry Bell, a new author which we publish Meredith, etc., small press, which I operate. And we all grew up together in North Jackson off of Watkins Drive in the 70s. And this is just so beautiful that someone I've known, her entire family, most of my life, is we've connected and joined our hands as publisher and author. And congratulations on
Thank
becoming
you.
a new author. And tell us something about your experience from going to ideal of this book to manuscript.
But first, let me say I appreciate you having me on, and I have enjoyed working with you, and I just have a feeling we're gonna continue this long, long journey together. And going from writing a book, getting it published, it's been an interesting journey. Um, Started out with just a theme song from our organization, which is Road Cat Ministries, reaching one community at a time, and where we work with children in the community across the summer with their summer reading books in order for them to have it returned back to school, written in the summer, and receive a grade for it. And so each evening during the summer months, they would come around and they would read those books. And doing that, we came up with a theme song for the program, and it's titled I Learned to Read. For a few years, we used that, and then we decided, well, hey, let's put this to a video. So our next venture was we put it to a video, and you can see that video on YouTube. Now, if you like to pull it up at any time, it's on YouTube. It's titled I Learned to Read Rocat. And that was just one way of, spreading and reaching out through the community through song, because we know kids love songs with rhythm and beat in it. And from there, we said, well, okay, that's just a small audience. Let's try another one where we could get a multitude along with that. So we put it in a coloring book, a coloring activity book. So that's what we have today. That's what we're here talking about today. I learned to read coloring activity book. And it's a fun book for ages 5 to 8. For anyone that would like to that enjoy coloring and doing activities, that coloring book is just for you. So that's how we come about with the coloring book.
Okay, and also, um, uh, Gwendolyn, you are a teacher, and also you have a motto on your book. Tell us about the motto on your book.
Okay. Well, yes, I do work with Jackson Public Schools. I am an instructional assistant, and I've been working with JPS for 20 plus years, almost retirement time. So, but because I love children so much, they might have to drag me out of there. But I have been
Oh,
working with JPS for quite a while now. Been working with young people all my life, pretty much. And the cover of the book, it happens to be one of our models. I want to book at Ministry Summer Reading Program. We have here London Anderson. She's one of the students in the program. And she was just so humble and willing to allow us to use her photo to be a part of the cover of the book. So we're very appreciative of that. So she is I Learn to Read coloring book.
and she was actually working in her book when the picture was taken.
Yeah, she was actually
Uh
doing
huh.
some work. So this is not a setup.
Right.
She was actually working, and she had no idea I had snapped her picture.
And you can see
So
all the feet behind her because you
yeah,
had a lot of you had up to 60 kids in the summertime, right?
yes. Yes. The
Uh-huh.
program, we usually have about 60 children in the program each summer. And it's from grades K through 12. We open the door up to every grade in the JPS school system. And we had parents to bring their children out in the evening time from 5 to 7. We had teachers from JPS. We had volunteers, Jackson State college students that needed their community credit hours, Tougaloo College students to come out and work. We even had nurses to come in and do volunteer work with the children. So it was a wonderful thing. And we're currently doing that as well. So it's ongoing. It's
Yeah,
ongoing.
and also you your program had some press from the newspaper.
It did. Mississippi Link, they came out and interviewed us one summer when we just started out when we were on Mega Evans Boulevard. They came out and they did an interview with us. So that interview, you can see it in the Mississippi Link. And also, if you go to our website, you see a clip of the interview as well.
Yeah.
So, yes, ma'am.
And I, you know, when I found out that you started a summer reading program in your driveway and yard, I was like, oh my God. And the
Yeah.
same year that you was doing that, we had started um, a reading fair. And it was just
Okay.
so interesting that, we grew up in a village that
Yeah.
that we would both be village leaders in terms of literacy. And I
Right.
was just so amazed by that. And also, you also were able to use your niece to illustrate your book. It's a family affair.
Yes, it
Uh-huh.
is. It is.
Uh-huh.
And And how that came about, we were actually, my sister Valerie and one of my other sisters, Pam, we were sitting at the dining room table, and I said, "Come on, y'all, let's draw some pictures for this coloring book." So we put our little stick people together, our little circles, making little smiley faces. And once we finished, we kind of laughed it off and laughed about it because we know we couldn't put that in a coloring book, not that type of artwork. So we decided to call a professional in. And Tanya Mayberry, who happens to be my niece by marriage, she married my nephew. They live in New York. So we called her in and she was so overjoyed to be a part of this. So yes, she is our illustrator in the book.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, very good. And can you tell us about your experience of doing the query letter and the book proposal to submit your manuscript and your illustrations for publication?
Oh, Meredith, to have not ever done this before, it was very interesting. Um, Having to get the query letter together, the book proposal. It was a series of things that I had to do. Talk about how the book will be marketed. Talk about why I feel like this coloring book should be, it's pretty much as good or better than some of the other books that are out there. And then I had to do a little write up about myself personally, who I am, where I'm from, and things that I have done down through the 3 years. So it was very interesting. Now the part that really got to me, the part that really made it hard is just it required a lot of writing. And I'm not big on writing. I will if I have to, but it's not one of my favorite things to do. So that writing part really, really got me, but I got through it. And thanks to you, every time I called Meredith, you were right there. You talked me through it, and I really appreciate your patience with me. Because I think a couple of times I just want to just throw my hands up. But you stayed with me and got me through it. So it was a very interesting journey. I really enjoyed it for the most part.
And
Yeah.
how long what year did you start Rockhead Ministries?
Roquette Ministry started in 2013, June of 2013. And the way that started is that coming home one evening, I noticed a little boy in the community where I lived at that time. He was sitting on a sewage drain. And when I saw that, I thought that was very dangerous for that child to be sitting there because it was like on a curve. And I said to myself, if somebody come around that curve and don't see that child, they're going to hit him or something worse. He can fall off in that drain. So that really grieved my spirit. And I said, Lord, it's something that we can do. What can we do about this? And you know what the Lord said? He said, read. That was just one word, read. And I said, read what? And that's when he placed on my heart about the summer books that the children were required to read. So I talked to my sister Pam about it. I talked to my cousin Melissa about it. And they were so much on board with it. They said, girl, do it, go for it. So what we did with $37 in the bank, we got some flyers together. My niece Christy Wade, she's awesome with putting flyers together. So she put our flyers together. We passed them out in the community with the date, the location, and everything, the time that the program will run. And the children kind of hesitant. I'm not coming to that. I'm not coming there. Who wants to read? And I agree. Who wants to be sitting out spending that summertime reading a book? But lo and behold, to our surprise, we had 58 children that first summer to enroll in the program. So that was very, very surprising and awesome. And when we got ready for the next summer to come around to start the next year, they beat us inquiring about it. We didn't have to start passing out the flyer. They were knocking on my door saying, they called me Miss Gwen, are you going to have that reading thing again? I said, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So they start
And
looking forward to it every year.
and that's where you had it in the yard, and you went and borrowed the children tables and
Yes,
small chairs from the church, and had
yes, yes,
people in these children walked to your yard and
yes.
driveway to come
Every
to the
evening.
table, to have refreshments, to hear the local people be the speakers.
Yes.
And how long did the speakers speak?
We had speakers to come out. They spoke about 20 or 30 minutes at the most. They encouraged the children. Then they talked about different programs and options that they had, that if they wanted to participate in other activities in school or in the community, they would provide them with those services as well. So we did have community. One of our main speakers, he was a police officer at the time. Now he's a detective, Detective Jackson, Terrence Jackson. He was one of our main speakers that came out. And then we have so many others that came out through the community. We had a local basketball team from, I believe it was from, I don't want to say the wrong name. I don't have that name in front of me, but we did have a local basketball team to come out and speak. And we also had an organization that just started up, Why Not Me Sports. The director of that program, he would come out and work with the children every year. Ronald Hurston Jr., they call him RJ. So he would come out and work with the children throughout the summer. So we had quite a few younger but older people to come out and talk to them. And you even came out.
Right. And it was so fun because the kids are so supportive, and they're helper bees as well. And
Yes.
you know, it was and you became a part of my social capital because I have a children book series, and it was because of you and one of the children that I read the book to, that my book ended up at Watkins Elementary School in the library.
Oh,
And
wow.
and that, you know, that's the beauty of a social capital.
Yes.
And then I wanted to read your book, your ebook came out March the 5th. Your print book has only been available 1 week, and you have your first online review, and I would like to read it.
Okay.
I like that it's a book that gets the children involved and encourages them to read more. Awesome. So tell us some of the activities in your book that engages the children, and your and how you are encouraging them to read at the end.
Okay. Okay, sure. Well, the book start out where we have a spot where they can write their name, so they know that this book person belongs to them personally. We have some coloring pages in the book. We also have several activities that they can get engage in. Like one I would like to point out in particular is write down the words you can read in the space below, and it has a series of words on the page where you ask the words that you recognize that you can read, you ask to write those words down. So that requires reading. So that's what we're all about. We're about reading. And also there's a little activity that has a little math involved in it. So it's just some basic, I read one book, then we have addition problems dealing with the number one. I read two more, so we have another page activity where you're dealing with the number two. So it's quite a few pages in there where you have to engage in writing. And also at the very back, we want to make sure that you know on the back, those that enjoy reading books, we have a space in the back of the book where you can write the title of the books that you have read thus far. And when you finish reading the book, we have a website where you can go to. It's called Meredith, etc. You can go on there and you talk about how you enjoyed the book and do a review of what you read in your book. So it's several ways you can engage in the coloring book.
Right. And you encourage them to read how many books on the back? Show us the back cover.
Okay, sure. We have the challenge where they encourage you to read, I think it's 2 books. Yeah, read 2 books per day. Read 2 books per day. That is the challenge.
14. What is that
Man,
per month? What is that per month and year?
it said read 2 books per day.
And how much is that a month and a year?
Okay, in a
The
month,
totals.
that's 14 books per week, 56 books per month. Oh, wow. 672 books in a year.
Right. So 2 books a day but it's easy for this age. These are early learners.
Right.
Kindergarten through with 3rd grade or 2nd.
Right.
So their books you can read. Early learning book, which is like a Dr. Seuss, you can read that book in 20 minutes. So that's not a lot of time to ask a child to take this challenge. So I think that's what this review said, that they were impressed. This is probably a parent, that you encourage the children to read also, and that you engage them. And you also mentioned that you want to do an activity book that a child could start and complete. Yes. Because that gives them a sense of accomplishment to complete it. Yes. And you said you have heard from one child who actually completed the book. What was how old were they, and what was their feedback? Okay, we have one child that called me to let me know that she completed the book, and that was awesome. She enjoyed the coloring part, and she talked about one page in particular about the little boy with the crown, how that was one of her favorite pages to color. And I said, well, that's wonderful. And that she completed the whole book. And because she did that, she's going to take her book back to school and let her classmates see the book. So that's a good thing. So we're excited about that. Was she interested in taking? Did she write down books that she read? No, she haven't done that part yet. She's working on that. Okay, very good. But it's good to have that feedback. So tell the audience how they can buy the name of your book, how they can buy it, and where they can buy it. Okay, sure. The name of the book is I Learned to Read. And you can purchase the book on Amazon. You can get it through the Kindle version, or you can get it through the printed version. The printed version is $6.48, and I believe the Kindle is $99. I don't want to misquote, but I think it's 99 cents. Yes. And also, the book is online at Walmart. You can publish it that way, or we can pre-order your book, and once it come in, we can get it shipped to you, or we can set up an arrangement for a pickup. So there's several ways that you can get your book. Right. And this goes to the beautiful fact that Gwendolyn Mayberry Bell a teacher, an educator of 25 years has great social capital and network. You have sold more books in a week than the average author nationally sells
Wow.
in a month. So tell
Okay.
us about your social capital. And it appears to me that you have been selling through your base, people that you know locally or nationally, word of
Yes.
mouth, because this
Yes.
is, from my understanding, your first public appearance. And then you
Yes.
have another public appearance Sunday with Kixie Sunday Morning Magazine of
Yes.
Leslie Hayes,
Yes.
which comes on at 7 a.m. Yeah,
Yes.
so tell us about your social capital and how word of mouth you've been able to accumulate all of these sales in one week.
Okay. Well, it's good to have a large family. For one thing, I come from a family of 4 brothers and 4 sisters, 9 of us. And then it's good to have a mom that don't mind telling what her child is doing. So she's been spreading the word, and also through social media, getting online, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, um, and then we, my board members, because with the organization Rocat Ministry, we have board members. They have been out doing a wonderful job spreading the news. And if I could just mention my board members, we have Pamela Hurston here locally in Jackson. She's at Trustmark here in Jackson, that she's been sharing, and her co-workers are in the process of purchasing, or they will be at the book release on tomorrow. We have Shawnee Donald. She's all the way in Flint, Michigan, and she's sharing and selling books there, and spreading the word. So that is awesome. We have Erica Glover, who's in Gulfport, Mississippi. She's sharing and spreading the word. So we're getting purchases through her social media. We have Jackie Sumo all the way in New York. And we have Dr. Virginia Jameson, who's here locally in Jackson, and she has different organizations that she's a part of. So she's sharing the word as well with hers. And like I say, my family has been great with sharing and spreading the word through their social media, and working with Jackson Public Schools. That's a huge. So we've had co-workers to call, and we have co-workers that are coming by tomorrow for the book release, that will be picking up their books. So it's just been a host, and then plus the church where I'm a member of Refuge Temple Church here in Jackson. They have been awesome with sharing and spreading the word as well. So it's been so many different avenues to get this book out, and
Wow.
it's working.
It's working 1 week out. Wow. So I just want to congratulate you again
Thank
for
you.
telling, and also the information on how to buy the ebook and the print book on Amazon is in the feed on the Facebook Live. Also, the Rocket
Roquette.
Ministries website where you can hear the song
Yes.
is in the live feed.
Yes.
The Rocket Ministries uh, Cash App is in the feed as
Yes.
well. Now, tell them the date and time and location of your event Saturday, and the time and for your Kixie Sunday Morning Magazine. That's
Okay.
local. Anybody in the state can listen to that one.
Okay. Okay. The book signing release will be tomorrow, March the 19th. That's Saturday, March the 19th. It'll be from 3 to 5 p.m. The location is 4612 Medgar Evers Boulevard, and it's in Suite 5. If you're familiar with Refuge Temple Church, they have a Royal Palace Mall right in front of the church. We're in that vicinity of the church. That's where we will be tomorrow. So come out and get your book signed, get it autographed. We'd be glad to do that for you. And
Small is
Sunday,
white. Small is white.
Yes, the mall is white.
Okay.
Yes. Sunday we will be with Dr. Leslie Hayes on Kixie. That's 107.5. That's called the Sunday morning. Yeah, the Sunday morning show. And she's all
Magazine. Sunday
magazine.
morning
Thank you.
magazine.
Thank you. Sunday morning magazine. And that's on 107.5. You can also pull up on iHeart, 107.5 FM. That will be Sunday morning at
And
7 8.
how much is the book?
The book is $6.48.
And the ebook 99.
99.
Uh-huh. Tell
And
them
I
one
do,
more time the location of the
okay.
event tomorrow.
Okay. Again, it's at 4612 Mega Evers Boulevard, Suite 5. That's the Royal Palace Mall. It's on Mega Evers Boulevard. The time is from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Where you can come and purchase your book, get it autographed by Gwen, well, by me. And if we happen to run out, because I have a feeling we're gonna have a great turnout. So if we run out, don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay. You can order your book. We get your book ordered for you, and you can pick it up, or we get it to you. So don't let that stop. If you come out and you don't see any more books on the shelf, that's okay. We can order your book.
And what's the name of the that's a bookstore there with what's the name of that bookstore?
The name of you got me. Okay, let me
Okay,
see.
Last Word Bible Bookstore. I had it written down.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Last
you.
Word Bible Bookstore.
Last
And
word.
he has welcomed us through your coordination to do another event. What's the date of that one? Is it April the 9th?
Yes, April the 9th will be the next event where will be a host of authors, not just Brocat Ministry, but there will be other authors in with this one. So we're asking the entire city of Jackson to come out and support your local authors on April the 9th. And that will be from 1 to 5 p.m. And if you like more information, of course, you can reach out to Meredith McGee or myself, Gwendolyn Bell. And my number is 601-345-5257.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. I'm just so happy for you.
Thank you.
Your successful book launch.
Thank
And
you.
it's amazing. And that you are an educator and you have such a wide social, you have such a great, so you have great social capital to be able to be an unknown author and to be able to sell so many print books and the ebooks in a short period of time. And I wish you all of the success
Thank
going
you.
forward. And I know that because you have a board of directors supporting you, your family, and you have a large family. I have like 10 of you, all right?
It's a lot of us.
I know. And then that's just the siblings, and then the niece and nephew, great niece and nephew. And
Yes.
so, and then, like you say, your mom, she was always there at your program, ready to
Yes.
read a book and involved in everything.
Yes.
Yes. So that's just such a blessing. I learned to read. Woodland Mayberry Vale. Get your copy online wherever you buy books. The print book is $6.48. The ebook is 99¢. And her book release party is tomorrow at Royal Plaza Mall, which is a long white building next to TCL Tech Services. Next to what's the name of the church?
Refuge Temple Church.
And that's also across the street from the welfare department on Mega Evers, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So you can't miss it. From 3 to 5, come and get a book. Your early learners are going to love this book, and I hope they will take the reading challenge to read 2 books a day, which is how many books a month? 56?
That will be 14 per week, 56 per month.
And how many per year?
Oh, 672 books, no problem.
Right. Look at that. That's our brain power, and that's what children need to do positive
Yeah,
intellectual to increase their intellectual capacity,
yeah,
which helps them with state tests and all of that. So it's
right.
just the book is just so positive for all of the early. Every child in Jackson should get a copy of I Learned to
Yeah.
Read all
Yes,
over the
yes,
country. It's a
yes.
great product done by a school teacher with 25 years behind her belt who has a after school program, who loves children and has successfully worked with children through summer reading programs and reading programs. Hats off to Gwendolyn Mayberry Bell,
Thank you.
my
Thank you.
childhood friend.
And
Power
I,
to the reader. So you
artist,
have,
artist.
do you have the final words?
I do. I just want to say, if I can, I just want to say thank you to you, Meredith, for making this come to pass for me. I had no idea that the Lord would make our paths cross like this, but I am so excited that He did, and I just give all glory to God for what He has done. And I just want to say thank you to those who have been very supportive to me, my children especially. I cannot get off here without saying my babies' names.
Yeah.
Cedric, Terrence, Sky, Ebony, and Brian. Thank you so much for being supportive to your mom. I love you very, very much. And I would just want to say, get this book. Get this book. You will be glad you did. You'll be
I learned
glad
to
you did.
read.
That's right.
I
You will
read
be
to
glad.
learn. I can hear
Yeah.
them singing the song.
Go on YouTube and listen to that song. Go on there.
Uh-huh.
The boys and girls on that on the YouTube video, they are actually Rocat students, and they've been with us. They were with us for quite a while, so they
Mm-hmm.
knew that song with the eyes closed, singing in the shower.
Uh-huh.
It was recorded in a live studio, so it wasn't just something we threw together. It was recorded by a
Uh-huh.
professional recorder in a live studio, and they had
Uh-huh.
so much fun putting it together.
I
So I
had
next
fun watching them. Yeah,
So
the
I
boys
next
over there with their
yeah,
shades on.
yeah, you were
It
there,
was
you in
so
that
cool.
video. You were in that video. So our
Uh-huh.
next adventure, we're gonna have to put on a little skit.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you're so creative. God has blessed you to be a leader of intellect, which is very valuable in our community. Very
Yes, yes.
valuable. Yes.
Well, kudos to Christy Wade. That's someone that who just helps me along the way, every step of the way. Christy Wade. Awesome, awesome.
Very good. Very good. Okay,
Yes.
then. Well, get the book. I learned to read
Get that book.
by Gwendolyn Mayberry Bell, the oldest sister in the family.
That's right.
Big sis. That's what Desta said yesterday. This is my big sis doing her thing. What he said
Yeah,
that you was gonna be on today.
that's my baby
Uh,
brother.
uh-huh. Well, all right then, girl. I'll talk to you
Thank
later. Have a
you.
wonderful day. See you
Thank
tomorrow.
you.
3 to
Yes, ma'am.
5, Royal Plaza Mall, Meg Edwards Boulevard.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thank
Thank
you.
you. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.